I'm not unmuted. Okay, let's try this again. Hang on. Okay, now I should be unmuted. I heard myself on the stream itself. Okay. A lot of things have happened in the past couple of weeks that are. So first of all, in-person meetups have started again here in the city. We've had 2 so far, that I know of. The Python and .NET user groups met at the local Microsoft office here. We did hybrid meetups. Also, and I guess I should probably bring this up here. Here, bring up this tweet. Here we go. TDevConf will return on September the 30th, and the call for speakers will open May 9th, 1 week from today. That is the, so in other words, 1 week from today, of course, Monday of next week. It'll go for 4 weeks. September 30th is the last Friday and last day of September, and it will be virtual again. We did not have enough time to plan for in-person because we didn't know if we were going to be able to do in-person or not. In fact, I've already got the CF. Well, I don't have it completely configured, but I've got it to where all I'm going to have to do is say, "Hey, go live." It'll automatically go live on midnight Central Time on Monday, May 9th, and like I said, it'll go for 4 weeks. And then also tonight, I was a guest on David Guillard's Technology and Friends podcast. For the second time. So thanks to David for having me as a guest. That was a lot of fun. But what I'm saying is all this stuff that's happened recently is it's made me get excited about what I do again, because it was really difficult to interact with people, and up until we started getting in-person events again. So I'm hoping to attend some in-person events later this year. We'll see what happens. But for tonight, what I wanted to do is I wanted to start off by basically one of the things also that I'm going into is I'm not going to be depending upon in-person events as even a primary source. So one of the things that I've been talking about doing for a long time is and I actually had intended to do this last night, but something came up because I thought, with the month and week starting on the same day, be a really good time to get things started. But at any rate, so I wanted to, and one of the things I want to start doing was streaming again. So tonight I'm going to look at, I said, obscure web frameworks, and this is the one I'm going to look at tonight. Literally just a couple of days ago, I think, discovered this one. And it is kind of obscure, 887 stars on GitHub. It's more than some. It's more than any project. It's more than any GitHub repo I've ever created has gotten. But maybe we can change that with this stream. But at any rate, this is what I'm going to work on tonight and see if we can learn something about it. And who knows, might even create a project with it. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started in that respect. I have, and I don't know why I have Anaconda on this one. I could create a new WSL instance, but I'm too lazy to do that tonight. Because, let's see, I don't know how late I'll go. Because I haven't been streaming a lot, so. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get started here. So I'll cd into my source directory, and I'll create a new directory called obscure. Not change, I'm sorry. Not good grief. It has not been that long since I used bash. And one thing I do want to point out here is I am using WSL. If you are a Windows developer, if you are a Python developer using Windows 11, use WSL. I cannot say it enough. So now I want to CD into obscure, And now I want to do a Python 3-mvm.venv. Okay. And now I'll open that folder. Did it open a new window? No, it didn't. Okay. And I'll select my interpreter. And it's kind of annoying that I have to refresh, but it's okay. It'll all work out. Okay, now conda deactivate. Okay. So getting started. Obviously, what you're going to have to do is install this. So it installs, like with most Python packages, with pip, Python install Black Sheep and Uvicorn. Black Sheep, is it based on Starlet? I don't know if it is or not. Let's see here if it's based on Starlet. No, apparently not. Okay, or not, or I can't tell from this. But at any rate, let's go ahead and create. Let's go ahead and follow the tutorial here. Create a file named server.py, and then open it. Okay. I need to make this a little smaller. Yeah. All right. Now Uvicorn, because Black Sheep does support async. So, but anyway, let's try this. All right, from datetime, import datetime. From Black Sheep, import application. App equals application, app.route, to the root of the directory, def home, return, hello world, date time, .utc now, .iso format. Okay. And then go down here and Uvicorn, module is server, application is named app, running on port, what they're saying to run on port 44777. Why, I don't know, but I assume you could run it on anything. Okay, it's running on localhost 44777. Now, thanks to WSL, I don't have to use port forwarding, and I can just open up a browser, which is humongous on this screen. And localhost 44, you know something, I should really do a new private window. So we just to make sure we don't get any artifacts. Localhost 44777. And there we go. And if we look down here, we'll probably see, yeah, right here where that request was made. So this is very much, this looks like Flask. The only difference is instead of importing Flask and using that to make an app, you're using this application object. Other than that, I think it's exactly like Flask. And we're using Uvicorn to run it. All right, so configuring routes, yeah, we know how to do that. Now this is, okay, so it says the application object provides two ways of defining routes, using the app.route method or using app.routers methods. Okay, the first way enables defining request handlers specifying a path and optional HTTP methods, which defaults to get only, just like with Flask, you could say methods equals get, post, and so on. Or what you can do is you can be more explicit. So I could do this. app.router.get. And then we could say hello. And then that would be def hello. And actually probably say hello get. And return hello get. And since I used this, where is it? Right here, --reload, saving this file will automatically restart the server. And look how fast it restarted. But now, if I go back to that browser and go to /hello, then we'll say hello get. Okay. So those are the and also, of course, I could do whoops, that's not what I want to do. Not there. I could do app.router. No, that's good. app.router.post. Hello. And def hello post. Return. I know the F strings aren't necessary. I was trying to get into the habit of using them as much as possible. Let's see here. And then we could pull up, I think, come on. Pull up Postman. I think. Here we go. And if I were to say localhost 44777 /hello, and of course if I expand this to get my button, ship this off, I'm going to get hello get, but if I do a post, I'll get hello post, and if I do a put, I'm going to get a 405 or 404. Now, that's okay, now that's kind of interesting. Let's see here. Because if I were to do this to the root of the site, I get a 404. So this one, this one I'm okay with a 404, but this one seems to me that should be a 405, which would be method not allowed. At any rate, it is what it is. All right. So that is so that's the two ways that you can define a route. You can either, so I could also say methods equals get post, and then I'm going to assume that there's a request. Oh, nope, there is not. Okay, I don't know how to do that. Okay, yet. All right. So. Okay, so apparently you can also. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's just saying app equals app.router.get and post equals app.router.post. And then you can use these instead. You can use these as decorators. And the result will be the same. So if I do get here and post, it's just making the code a little more succinct. Okay, route parameters. This is, yeah, no, it's about the same. So if I were to, hello user. Put that in the F string. Whoops, that's actually not going to work because I have to pass that to the function, don't I? Oh, that should be user. Sorry. So now I can go back over to Postman and say hello black sheep. Whoops, that's not going to work yet. Now what happens if I do post here? It's going to say 404, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why it's bugging me that doesn't throw 405. But anyway, we'll find out. Okay. So far, so far with the exception of of using the, what do they call these here? Of using the router methods instead of defining the routes, like this, using the router methods, it's very much like Flask. Okay. Handling string query string parameters. Now this is more like how Fast API does it. So in other words, let's see if I can get away with it here. User string. So in other words, if there is no route parameter, it's going to assume it to be part of the query string, I guess. So let's go over here to post and say hello and say user equals black sheep and post. Okay. And pulled it out, which is exactly what I expected. Okay. And it says can use different query string. A request handler can use different query strings, and query string parameters support lists. Okay, so you could do this here, and then you could do @get party, and then say def party get, and this is going to be attendees, and it would be a list of string. And then you could do say for a in attendees, because attendees is going to be a list of string. Okay. Actually, hang on. Actually, it'd be better. Return hello. Shoot. Hello. No, I need to do it like that. Join attendees. There. That should work. And then what I'd be able to do is to use this query string. We would first of all choose get, and then party, and then we would use the attendees equals Adam and attendees equals Bob and attendees equals Ralph, or I don't know. Yo. Now if I send this, Yeah, hello, Adam, Bob, yo. So in other words, if you use the same key over and over and over, what it will do, or actually be easier to see down here, you use the same key over and over, it will put it into a list. Okay. All right. Okay, handling responses. Request handlers must return an instance of blacksheep.response class. The module blacksheep server responses provides several functions to produce responses. You can import them directly from the blacksheep package. Following example shows how to serve a JSON response using a class defined with data class. Okay, so this is... So I wonder if you can use... I'm just curious if there are any examples of how to do this. Blacksheep Pydantic. Okay. Not seeing anything, but okay. So I think what I'm going to do here actually is I think I'm just going to start all over. Okay, so now data classes is part of the Python standard library from... When did it come in? Wonder if it says when it 3.7. So it hadn't been around too terribly long. Import data class. And then what's it going to do here? It's going to use UUID to give each data class a unique identifier. Okay, UUID is the type, and UUID4 is the function that generates that UUID. Okay. And then from Blacksheep, import application and JSON. Okay. So then we have a data class, and we'll just say a data class is an attendee. Class, dang it. Oh, no, let's go back to conference barrel. Let's say class conference, and then ID, UUID. It'll have a title, which will be a string. It'll have, let's go ahead and be dangerous here. And from date time, import date time. And then have a timestamp. Come on, there we go. Timestamp should be a date time. And then a ticket cost, which would be a float. Okay. And now, let's see here. So say def generate conference. And let's go ahead and pip install Faker. And from Faker import Faker. And fake equals... No, that's what I want to do. Fake equals new Faker. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do here is basically return. And because this is a data class, it will create an initializer for me that simply takes a value for each field here. Okay, so UUID4. Just thought of something here. Okay, so create a, in fact, actually, I'm willing to bet in some ways that, oh shoot. Okay, Python Faker. If I look here, homepage, I would have to think. Standard providers. Let's see here. There's a UUID provider. Whoops. Yep, right here. So I don't even need that. Just to be consistent, fake UUID 4. Let's see. Hang on. Pip install IPython. So let's say from faker import faker, and fake equals faker, fake dot UUID 4. Come on. But hang on, what's type of fake UUID 4? Oh, it's a string. No, but I want to have the actual UUID, so I think I'm going to have to use this. Okay, I'm going to have to use the function in the standard library. Okay. All right. And then let's see here. Oh, I don't want a person. Can I? Ooh, I can use a company name. I can get a company name. Okay, so let's for the title of the conference, we will use hang on, let's see here. Say fake dot company. Okay. We'll go for it. Or here, I got an idea. Let's see. Let's do this. Fake dot company conf. There we go. So that's going to be the name of our conference for each one. The timestamp. Let's do this. Date time. No, hang on. Datetime.now plus datetime time. I'm sorry, we don't need that. I just need time. Delta days equals fake dot. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Actually, hang on. Integer is probably what I need to do. Yeah, random int. Okay, so fake random int, minimum of 7, at least a week out, and maximum of, we'll say, what, 140 days. I'll say 365. Just 100. I don't know what I'm doing here. Or hold it. Can I just do min of 7, I wonder? At any rate. Ticket cost equals, and for right now, I'm getting tired of generating fake data. I'm going to say it's 100 for each of them. Okay, so now I should be able to go back over here. now I can define my application and then get equals app.router.get. And then you can say get slash conferences def get conferences. Okay, now you return, or not return, return JSON, which is going to be generate conference for in range 4. Okay. Okay, get rid of this. Uvicorn. Server app port equals 44777. And maybe what I should do. I just had an idea. Maybe I should use the stream to generate ideas for YouTube videos. I do seem to do. Okay, at any rate, let's I'm kind of interested how these dates are going to come out also. There's got to be a, I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and do this and then double dash reload. And now go back over here to Postman and 477 conferences. Watch it crash. Yay, it crashed. Unsupported times. Oh, sorry, that's a method. Try this again. Ooh, there we go. What did I do here? Oh, I should. This is also a method. Oops. Okay, send that. There we go. And some of these are, in fact, they're all way off in the future. But now what I'd like to know is, be nice if I could automatically format that, but it might not be able to. Okay, and then it's also saying that you can do this. So if you from blacksheep.server.import server.responses import response. Ooh, doesn't want to do that. Oh, you don't have to do that. Instead, what you can do is you could say S for response. And now this is of type response. It's Black Sheep Messages response. Okay, so from Black Sheep dot messages import response. There it is. Okay. And you could say S, I think this would work, response equals JSON. Okay, and then you could do something like S add header auth like that. and then return S. Let's see what happens if I do this. See what happens in Postman. Okay, headers. There we go. Notice it's a custom header. Okay. And then finally, these can be async, but I don't have anything async going yet. Okay, I will be right back. All right. It's interesting. Okay. Uh, so that is so. Then they have this next section here about using MVC. So, all right, explains how you create a black sheet of application using MVC project template. Okay, so let's go to the project template. I already may not like this. So clone the repository. Okay. Then what I should probably do. Okay, then what I should do is. Come on. Oh, I'm not in IPython. Basically what I should do is I just close the folder. Okay. And come on. Oh, I did something wrong. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, now okay, so basically get dot get. What? Oh, duh. Clone. Okay, there we go. Shoot. Move black shape into source. CD source. No, hang on. Open the folder for source. Black shape in VC. Okay. Primary code workspace. I'm gonna do that. See how dangerous this is. Actually, not. Okay. Okay, so let's keep going here. Go ahead and create a virtual environment. Python 3 mvn.vn. Okay, and yes, I do want to select it. Okay. And conda deactivate. All right. Okay, then you got to do the pip install R. There's requirements. See what's in the requirements here. Mostly it's going to be. So there's Black Sheep. Then MyPy for. Oh dear, what happened there? You'll have PyYAML 6. Okay, fine. So Black Sheep we've seen. That's the app. That's the web framework. Uvicorn is the server. MyPy is for type checking. Black, I believe. Let me see here. Python Black. Yeah, it's a code formatter, and then Flake 8 is I assume is a PEP 8 of some kind, but maybe a PEP 8 checker of some kind. Yeah, style enforcement. Okay. All right. So, any rate, and then if we started up with Uvicorn. Okay, that's going to be in. Okay, now so we actually. Nope. So there we go. There we go. Okay, so. Well, Uvicorn. Server app. And then again, port equals 44777, double dash reload. What? Oh, okay, I see. It's got. Okay, that's these extra error messages here. I guess are because of this. Okay. Let's go over to the browser that I had and then do this. Okay, here we go. So we have all right. Several things are happening because the web application is configured to build and serve dynamic HTML pages, to serve static pictures, to expose an API and offer open API documentation, and expose and handle application settings and application start-stop events. All right, the structure. Okay, so the structure here. All right, so app, that's where application files related to the front end. The controller files, that's where all the routes are kept. Static files, views, that's the templates. Yeah, okay, that's right. Okay. I wonder what templates. What's used for templates? Okay. Core. Okay. And domain, that's where your models are kept. And then server, and then settings.yaml. Okay. So the app folder contains files specific to the web application, settings configuration, a folder for controllers that defines routes, folder for static files, and one for HTML views. Okay. Other packages of the root of the project, like core and domain, should be abstracted from the web server and should be reusable in other kinds of applications, for example, a CLI. Root folder contains server.py. Okay. Okay, I opened it with a text editor. Routes defined using classes. Okay, so before we saw routes defined using functions, but Black Sheep offers an alternative way to define request handlers using class methods. Both approaches have pros and cons, will be described later. To see this in practice, create a new file, appcontrollersgreetings.py. So we go to, let's see, let's clean some of this up. App controllers and then greetings.py. Okay, greetings.py, and again, let's make this smaller. Okay. From Black Sheep server controllers, from blacksheep.server.controllers, import controller.get. Okay, now this, and as you might expect, controller. It'll inherit from controller.get or at get. So in other words, we don't have to, apparently this is brought in from the router automatically. / hello world. Okay. Okay, so there's our controller, and then app controllers init from greetings import greetings controller. And that's enough. Okay. At any rate, that's enough to, if you do hello world, to get that controller to work, okay? Okay, server-side templating. It says it does it using Jinja 2. Okay. So instead, what we could do is go over here and just say self.view. And now, be able to go into the views and create a directory called greetings. This is where the I forgot to mention that one of the excuse me. I forgot to mention that one of the reasons that I was attracted to this is it says it's inspired by Flask and ASP.NET Core. This here is very reminiscent of ASP.NET Core. This structure with the views and just returning a view for a particular what are we going to call it? Hello. .html. Okay, so if we call this hello, right? Okay, and then in here, create a hello.html. And then just div h1 hello there. Now, if I do this again, okay, now we get hello. Okay, so this is the part that's very much like ASP.NET Core, or just what's now just .NET. Is the way that these views are automatically. In other words, if you have a method in this case named hello, and you just say, "Hey, return me a view for this for this," what would you call it in ASP.NET Core? Will be an action method, I think. Return a view for this action method. It's automatically going to be in a folder corresponding to the name of the controller and a file corresponding to the name of the action method. Okay. Yeah, the convention over configuration. Right. Okay. Okay. To make it a full page. Okay. Yeah, we'll copy. We'll just copy this from the tutorial and paste it. To make it a full page. Save this. Oh, it did not keep my formatting. That's very disappointing. But at any rate, notice that it brought in this extends layout, which gives us this stuff up here. Brings in this style. Gives us the styling for the text. Okay. Okay. I'm not opposed to this. Okay. Now it's saying greetings.py changes to the following code, okay? All right, so let's go back over here. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Let's just get rid of it. Okay, so from data classes import. So whereas Fast API would make use of Pydantic base models, it looks like Black Sheep makes use of data classes. Okay. No. Actually, I want to do it like that. Oh, shoot. I just messed it up. At any rate, .server.controllers, import controller, and get. Okay, create a data class. It'll be a class, and we'll call it sentence. Okay. Have a text string and a URL string. All right. Create another data class. And this one will be the hello model. We'll have a name, which will be a string, and sentences, which will be a list of sentences. All right, so what is this going to do here? Oh, okay. I think I see what's going on. What's what? What? Blank line contains white space. Oh. Still not sure what's going on here. Oh, that's Flake 8. That's Flake 8 that's causing the problem, not Pylance, because Pylance would give me Pylance would do this. See, that's how Pylance would do it. And also here it just grays it out. Data class is of course being used. Pylance grays it out, whereas and then now what's going on here? Trailing white space does not like the trailing white space, and the blank line. I don't know what that one. What's wrong with this one? Oh, there. There we go. Okay, and now the only thing that's gripe. What? It says there's two. Oh, there's two. One is controllers. One is get. Okay. I got it. Okay. But now to the actual controller. This is a lot like ASP.NET. It really is. I have to say, I'm down with it. Return self.view. Okay, then a model, which you could pass a model if I'm not. Yeah, this is okay. So, world. Okay, so the model has a string. Getting our, because we have type hints, we're getting this in the getting the help from code, Visual Studio Code. Okay, and then we have to have our sentences, which will be just a sentence. Check this out. HPS, github.com, Roberto Gravato / Black Sheep. Okay. And then save this. Okay, what? Still says I got problems. Line too long. Oh, good grief. Pep 8. Have I ever mentioned that I don't like Pep 8? There we go. Okay, now what? Trailing white space. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. But now, it should resource not found. Oh, it would be hello view. Okay, that's not. Oh, whoa. I didn't. Okay, you got to mess. Okay, you got to fix this. Okay, so inside of here, instead of just saying hello there, you get the name, and the name is coming out of the model right here. This hello model has a name, and then we're going to go through. I assume we're going to loop through the sentences. Yep. Okay. So do a UL and for sentence in sentences. Okay. End for. Okay. Lee a href equals. Okay, so the sentence has a URL, and then why does that? Oh, that looks weird because I forgot the quotes. There we go. Okay, and then in here, I can do sentence.text. I don't really like how it's formatting that, but there we go. And that's okay. This is very This is a lot like ASP.NET Core, or just what is now .NET, or ASP.NET. Okay, handling parameters and controllers. Yeah, there's really nothing. How is that doing automatic? There's no automatic injection in there. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. So in other words, you could. So in other words, you could do this, like we saw before, and also this would put it in the query string if you didn't include a route parameter. Or actually, that needs to be the other way around. User string. Okay. All right. All right, serving static files. I'm not okay. Dependency injection. Now this is okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. All right, the getting started tutorials show how route and query string parameters can be injected directly in request handlers by function signature. Right? That's just what we were looking at here. Why is this? What's going on? Oh, okay. So hang on. I'm going to get distracted here, but so if I say user, which is a string, whoops, thin arrow, response. Okay. So in other words, if I use type hints, I'm gonna have to look deeper into the configuration of this. I'm just something else here. What's going on? Ah, here we go. This is what's doing it. Okay. I love this. Okay. this reminds me of devcontainer.json. Ooh, this is good stuff. Okay. Okay, but anyway, okay, so let's keep going here. Okay, so getting started tutorial by, okay, so Black Sheep also supports dependency injection of services configured for the application. So this page describes an introductory, okay, service resolution, service lifetime, options to create services, and examples of dependency injection. Okay. The application object exposes a services property that can be used to configure services. When the function signature of a request handler references a type that is registered as service, an instance of that type is automatically injected when the request handler is called. So here's this example. So some context is necessary to handle certain web requests, so such as a database connection pool. And a class that contains this context can be configured in the application services before the application starts, and then the request handlers have this context automatically injected. All right, and it looks like we need to... Okay, looks like we're going to need to create yet another project. Okay, to follow along. All right, so... Oh, what? Yeah, I did that. Okay, so the minimal environment. Okay, so cd source make directory. Oh, what? I don't know. Black Sheep 1. So then if I cd into Black Sheep 1, then okay, and then open source Black Sheep 1. Okay. And select that as the interpreter. All right, and then now that should activate the environment. Deactivate, content deactivate rather. Clear. Okay, now if I do a pip install for Black Sheep and Uvicorn. All right, now I can touch server.py, make directory domain, touch domain, init, under init rather, and touch domain foo. Okay. So domain foo is going to be merely a class foo that does relatively nothing. Okay, so class foo is very simple. Okay, so then server. Okay, so we start off Black Sheep, import application. Okay, and then bring in from domain.foo, import the class foo, create an application. Okay, and here's the interesting part. Okay, so app services, add exact scoped foo. And it says what this will do is this will register type foo as a service. And then app route Or, of course, what I could do is I wonder, can you just... No. Whatever. We'll do it. No, let's do it like this. Get equals, let's be consistent. App.router.get. And then now I can just say get here and say def home. Okay, so this will automatically inject foo, and then I can return f hello foo. Cute. Okay, so now if I go down here and say Uvicorn, okay, we're going to be looking server again, server app, port equals 44777, and reload. And if I go over here to my hello page, then I should get just hello foo. Okay. All right, so that's the simplest example of dependency injection. Okay, so an instance of foo is injected automatically at every request to the root. Okay. Dependency injection is implemented in a dedicated library from the same author, Roadie. Or Roadie, I guess. Okay, so this is implementation of dependency injection for Python 3. Okay. Library freely inspired by .NET Standard, yeah. What in the world? Let's see here. Google Translate. Romanian detected, but it doesn't. But it doesn't translate to English. I love it. Let's see if Google Translate actually can do any better. Okay. The debate is not about tastes. It's Latin. I thought that looked kind of Latin. DuckDuckGo got that very wrong. Okay. This library is designed to work both by type hints in constructor signatures and by constructor parameter names, convention over configuration. Okay. Now this is very different from dependency injection in FastAPI. Very different. In fact, dependency injection in FastAPI is almost not dependency injection, in my opinion, but it's incredibly similar. It's incredibly simple. All right, let's keep trying to get through this. Okay, so it implements dependency injection in an unobtrusive way by inspecting dunder and init methods, and doesn't require to alter a source code of classes registered as services. Roadie can also resolve dependencies inspecting class annotations if a dunder and init method is not specified for the class to activate. Okay. Okay, Roadie automatically resolves graphs of services when a type that is resolved requires other types. Okay. In the following example, instances of A are created automatically when resolving foo. Okay. An alternative to defining dunder and init methods is possible to use class annotations. Okay. All right, Rhody supports services having one of these lifetimes. Okay, singleton instantiated only once per service provider. Transient are instantiated every time they're required, or scoped instantiated once per web request. Okay, again, not unlike .NET, what used to be .NET Core, the framework formerly known as .NET Core. Okay, that's okay. Options to create services provide several ways to define and instantiate services. Registering an exact instance as a singleton, registering a concrete class by its type, registering an abstract class and one of its concrete implementations, or registering a service by a factory function. Okay. So I'm actually going to pull this over here and look at it. Okay, so here's the singleton example. Okay, so it's okay, yeah, again, exact instance is a singleton. Okay, so concrete class. Okay. Registering the abstract class. Okay, so an abstract class, get a cat by ID. Okay. And this will say, okay, so what we're doing is we're saying the cats repository is the abstract base class, and that the PostgreSQL cats repository is an implementation of that. And here we say every time we need a cats repository, we'll actually get a PostgreSQL cats repository. Okay. Okay, and then the factory function. Okay. So let's see here. Implementing a request context. Good example of a scope service is used to assign each web request to a trace ID. Okay. Now, hang on. Add exact scoped. This is add exact transient here up somewhere. And add exact scoped. So it is instantiated once per web request. But where is it? Okay, and then there's. Oh, okay, hold it. That's live. That's lifetime versus method. Okay. So let's see here. Let's just see here. So app.services.add. Okay, yeah. So you can add exact scoped, add exact singleton, add exact transient. Okay. And then you can also, oh, there we go. There are the three right there again. Okay, you could add a specific instance. You can register the concrete class because you could register it as a transient, as a scoped, or as a singleton. All right. And then, okay, require asynchronous initialization. We'll save that for later. Okay. All right. I'm really interested in this. Oh, there's actually not that much documentation to it, but at any rate. So, this is, I like it. I really do. I'm interested to see more of this. I wish there were some more examples. I guess I guess maybe what I'm most interested to do is go through this and see how it's set up. And then also see how the Visual Studio Code tooling is implemented. I have a feeling row configuration is his own thing here. No, row configuration. Homepage, yeah, it is. Key value pair-based configuration for Python applications. Okay. Oh, please use Essentials configuration instead of this library. Okay, lots to think about tonight. Lots to think about. So much to think about. App program. What else has he got here? There's a here we go. Oh, here we go. Here are several. Okay, so here's an example of how to create a RESTful API. I think that's what this is. Okay, that's, or at least return lists. Yeah, it is. Okay. And then it says there should be examples for using JWT. Where is that? Well, okay, so I'm going to stop this here. Those of you who stopped by, thanks a lot for showing up. And I will be back hopefully Wednesday night. I'm going to try to do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.